Okay, so haven't quite finished out the floor layout. Unfortunately, I'm kind of running out of time today. I don't really have a whole lot of time to get done the things that I wanted to get done. So I did actually build the stairs, which I will show you now. I'll open recent. So we do have a staircase to put in. I just haven't done the textures. I will probably either do that today, later this evening, or on Sunday. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be working on this at all tomorrow, so we're going to be playing catch up on Sunday. But that's the staircase. I'm going to go back to the palace so that I have my reference. There we go. There we go. So, my reference point, and we're going to go back down here and continue to work on this. And what I'm doing right at the present moment is I'm just setting everything up for the palace so that we have a very intricate look. So we're not going to have any bedrooms on the first floor because most palaces, they don't have anything like that, all guest quarters and everything on the second floor. I am going to be putting in guest quarters where the royal family might keep their guests, assuming that they have any at the time. I'm just going to slide that over. We kind of want this to line up a little bit. Again, we are going to tweak all of this later. Really? Really that much of a pain in the ass? You are, aren't you? That surprised me. If that was the idea. I might have just moved these over too far, so that's fine. Fix that. I haven't adjusted any of the blocks to the same size yet because that's going to take quite a lot of time, and again, I had a meeting earlier today that I had to take care of in regards to some of the creative things that we're going to be doing with this particular game to help set us apart and how we were going to do things like the expansion, which I think I mentioned already. We have already gotten a pretty good idea what we're going to do for the expansion. It's just a matter of how much is going to be in the expansion and how much of it is actually going to be in this game. And that's really the only question. How much of it's going to be expansion? How much of it's going to be in this game? How we want to do the races, etc. So, stuff like that. This is pretty much what we're doing right at the moment. Take that one. We're going to pull it over here. Yeah. We are going to finish the armory today. I am keeping a look at our time here, which we're only at 4 minutes, so that's okay. Meanwhile, the video right there just decided that we're going to duplicate that indefinitely. Always fun. It's adjustment time. just this 4 piece that matches those 4 pieces. So the most likely scenario is that I'm going to make all of these the same size, and because I've had to scale all of these to fit one another, that I'm going to have a lot of tweaking to do. Yep, that'll do. Okay. Control D. Go, move down. So, if you're asking what exactly this is leading to the throne room. This is going to break off, create a little mini room right here, and then we're going to put the hallway itself over here. And we have all this space over here to play with. So I'm actually going to start cutting into this in another video so that we can build the throne room itself. We're going to move this over so that I know where the end of the armory will be, which should be about right there. So let's select these 3, Control D, drag them down. Not too much farther. Trying to be a little careful how far out I put the armory, because while it's going to be a pretty big armory, I also have to remember that the entrance to the armory is going to be about where that block is right there. So we're actually going to need to slide these over a little bit. And these up. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Whoops, don't want the player character caught in all that. Camera up. Now, let's do that again, shall we? There we go. First things first, put that there. And put these, all 4, don't mess around with me. There we go. I like that. That looks good. I did take away the archways over here, which I do want to note. This is the single archway again, and we can run through them. So now they're truly archways. However, when I tried to do them with the physics, they kind of fell over. It was really interesting. So, not quite sure why. I wonder if it'll do it again. Yep. See? That's what it did. Oh, it only duplicated 2 of them this time. Select you, delete. Select you, delete. see what happens if I do that. Okay, cool. Only 2 of you duplicated. But yeah, so they just fall over. Actually, I thought it was really... And what I thought was actually pretty funny about that is at one point I duplicated it and it threw... before I had these walls here, it threw the one pillar way over here with the corner piece. I thought that was pretty humorous. Okay, so you need to move. So we're going to put you over here, and D. Whoops. Not like that. Red. There we go. Auto ground snap. True. Now we can make you false. Slide you about where you're going to go. Get directly above it. And rotate it 90 degrees to the right. Line it up just so with that little blue box. Which, contrary to popular belief, is not as big on the inside as they make it sound. It is incredibly finicky. Anybody who got the Doctor Who reference, bravo. Anybody who didn't, well, you are clearly not a Whovian. So I am going to start playing music during these. One, just because I can talk over the music or turn it down. Either way, not really a big deal. There we go. That way, one, I have some white noise to listen to while I'm working, and two, you guys don't get bored when I go quiet because I'm concentrating. So it serves, it has a dual purpose, not gonna lie. Really? How did that happen? You're a duplicate of that. How does the floor not line up? Did we move you back or something? Oh, we did move you back. Okay. Never mind, because I was going to say, you two should be identical in just about every possible way. We did scale you back just a wee bit, though, didn't we? Okay, cool. So, player, just to make sure. The problem that we had with the single wall pieces was actually pretty simple to fix. I just had to reboot Hero Engine, and what had happened was, see, single wall, I can now run through it, not a problem. The problem that had happened was that when I deleted the double wall piece, it for some reason thought that that piece was still there, and it took the reboot to fix it. Not quite sure why, but that's what it did. So, alright, so let's go ahead and we're going to pop back out. I am going to need these two. So, let's get those, duplicate them, slide them down. Now, the reason why these don't fall over like that when I duplicate them is because, one, they're already flat on the ground, and two, they aren't top heavy, which those are. They're not quite balanced. I didn't figure that they would be. If you were to make them in real life, I'm pretty sure that they do the exact same thing. Go figure. Alright. Yeah, whatever, I'm just gonna leave it there. Not so worried about it. So, reason why I'm selecting multiple blocks that are just going to go in the same place in the same way is to save time. Again, I don't have a whole lot of time. I've been kind of playing catch-up since yesterday because I wanted this done yesterday. I wanted the entire first floor done. So I got a lot of work ahead of me still. But for the floor pieces here, I'm just going to take a couple over there, duplicate them as many times as I need to, and I'm going to fill this in. So, and there is the edge of our armory. Or at least pretty close to it. So, we're almost ready to close this off. We have the entrance over there, the entrance over here. Both of these will be guarded. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to guard this yet, though. Because I know I don't really... I'm not feeling the door. I'm not. Control D. Scooch it over. So. But thank you guys, the few of you who have subscribed and who like the videos. It is much appreciated. Again, if you guys do enjoy the videos, or if there's anything I could do differently that would make them a little more entertaining, the feedback is much appreciated. Subscribing always makes me feel a little better. Okay, so one more. And this is really just to mark the outside of that. So we're just going to Control D, one more out. Get in a little bit closer so we can line them up. Hey. Hey. If it had a nose, I'd smack it for not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Okay. Now, in all honesty, whose fault is that, really? I would blame me, but, you know, ego. The ego prevents. Corner, corner, corner. I apparently don't have one of these facing that way. That's peculiar. I thought I did. Ah, yes I do. I was gonna say... In fact... I have two of them right there, so we're just gonna get both of those. We're just gonna slide them down. Move them down. Move them down. Alright, you need to move. Because you're gonna get in my way now. Alright. And of course I'm gonna get the two corner pieces that are over there and click them in just a second. We're just going to kind of haphazardly pop these into place. Control D. Drag it down. Stop it. See, perspective is a pain in the ass. Oh, wow. No idea. Okay. You lined up on the wall. Not quite. So let's pop you this way. And then drag down. Now see, what I did with this was I snapped it to the ground. So it naturally just puts the bottom of the object on the ground. That's really the extent of it. Just, oh, okay, you want it on the ground? It's on the ground now. And it doesn't, you know, it doesn't have a button that says, hey, make it just like this. No. So you gotta be a little bit more precise with your builds, but it's not so bad. For example, lining up stuff like this. Which is never going to line up quite the way I want it to, because I'm an idiot and I didn't make sure that those were just so. Just kind of set the floor in place. Okay, cool. So like I said, we're going to finish up the armory in this video. And then hopefully I can kind of double dip on this and kind of get 2 videos out on Sunday so that I make up for the one that we're going to be missing tomorrow. Or maybe I'll just do the video and then not quite, again, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to work that, but because I have been forbidden to work tomorrow. I do know that before I do a video on Sunday, if the floor is all finished up the way I would like it to be, or if this first floor plan is all finished up, we're going to start sticking stairs in. I don't know if you guys can hear that. That is my cooling fan, because this is taking up a lot of resources. Somebody asked me on the Facebook what I'm running. That was my phone. I really need to put it on silent. Made me jump a little bit. I wasn't expecting anybody to be trying to message me right now. Okay. So we're just going to slide that into place. Right there. So we know that it goes there. More or less. Should go right about. Oh, hey, look at that. So it's not quite correct. That's a little better. Yes, phone. Okay. There we go. Drag it up. That's the one we need. Alright, cool. We're going to call that lined up for now because I'm not going to spend that much time on it right now. I'm going to have more time, maybe. Right. Big old section of floor. And this is where all the props are going to go. Weapon racks, stuff like that. I have done a weapon rack for the palace. I just haven't textured it at all yet. It is ready for texture. I want to make sure that I note that that is the case. So the reason why I've got to do each one of these manually, I tried earlier today to manually adjust multiple items at the same time, and it only does the one. Whichever one was first selected, that's the one that it adjusts first. And then you have to go back in and kind of manually adjust it anyway. So that's why I'm just kind of taking my time and doing it the right way. Okay, back over to move. Slide these up. To where they need to go. Whoops. Yeah, I forgot about that. Trailer back. So they're not really the square blocks that I had hoped that they would be, but they do the job. Once we resize them, we're gonna see how they turn out. We're going to call that close enough for now. You, over here, Control D. Whoa. This is why I could never fly. I wouldn't know which way was up. I really wouldn't. I would have trouble. You can tell that that uneven floor drives me nuts, right? I don't know what would happen if I told all of them to snap to ground at the same time. Just curious. It's supposed to be checkerboard. Checkerboard. The interior decorator at video games. Is it the chartreuse one? No. Why isn't it the chartreuse one? Alright. So that's the armory. We are going to move this though. This tree going to go right over. Yeah, we're going to put it over here in the corner. Why not? Alright, so we have one huge room. One almost huge room. And we have all of that. What time are we on? 35 minutes. So I do try to keep these videos between 35 and 40 minutes. My main reasoning for that is very simply because I don't want them too long. I don't want you guys to get bored. And in all reality, the first video that I didn't nobody has seen more than 50 minutes of it, and I think it's because it's an hour and 12 minutes. So at some point I'm just going to do a build video that's time-lapsed, where it's just going to be me working for hours, and I'm going to try and time-lapse it down into like 30 minutes. And I'll put on like Metallica or something. Oh, that's something I could do. If I were to do a time-lapse video, what kind of music should I... well, essentially, what kind of music would you want me to use? Metallica, I'll take those. That way nobody feels left out. So, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to place this right here, so that we kind of... Actually, what we can do is we can place it right here, and that'll kind of get this party started. Actually, no, we're going to delete that one. I want a corner piece there. Specifically, we can use this corner piece. Pull back. Is that the corner piece I want? I want this corner piece over here. And I will adjust that in a minute. And then we can use that one. Now we can kind of see what I'm doing. And this allows us to put in a couple more creative aspects, like maybe there's like a bush over here, maybe there's, you know, a quest that you have to get from somebody that's hiding in here. Maybe they're a thief. Maybe they're trying to rob the joint. Who knows? You know, the versatility that we're planning for in this game with characters is pretty astounding, and I can't wait to pull it off. I'm actually really excited to play this when it's done myself. Which again, that's another reason why I want, you know, a couple other developers as well. Just because that way I'm not spoiling everything for myself when I go to play this. Because I don't know where everything's at, and I don't want to do that. That'd make it boring. I really want to play this game. I guess that's why we do it, really. Alright. So, last thing, I promise, and then I'm gonna cut the video, and then I unfortunately have to start the upload process and get all the tags and everything ready, and if this finishes uploading before I go, I will make sure that I get it tagged on Facebook. If not, I will make sure that it gets tagged to Facebook. That way, you guys know it's there. Unless you have a subscription already, in which case you'll know. Won't you? Okay. Let's see, how are we doing here? Pull that up. Now we pull you down, and then pull you up. Because that way I don't feel super retarded. Kind of like I do right now, I'm just trying to get this wall piece in place. And there we go. It should be fairly smooth now. Alright guys, and with that, I'm actually going to call this video. Just because, again, I still have to upload it, and I have to get ready to head out. So, as much as I hate to leave you guys, and as much as I hate to go where it is I'm going, I don't really have much of a choice. So, at least not yet. I would love to have more of a choice than that, but leave me. That's not lining up. These blocks. Oh. That's why it's not lining up. See, these are the kinds of things that I need to be watching out for. This slides over here. I'm just going to pull this one back, because I like the size of this one more than I like the size of what I have selected. There we go. Okay guys, and hopefully by tomorrow I'll have this whole thing taken care of. So by tomorrow there should be actually a whole room here. I'm going to close this off and bring it back this way. And then there'll be the hallway, and I have a door leading into here. Something. Not quite sure how I'm going to do it yet. Because I can see it in my head how I want it. I do want a doorway here. So I'm going to grab that entranceway piece and put it there. And probably move these back. Or even better, just turn this so that it's the wall here. And then we'll cut it over. And then we'll do the hallway to the main throne room, which should be about, the center of it should be about here. Alright guys, I will talk to you guys on the next video. In the meantime, stay out of trouble and drop those likes. Bye.